Hello students, this is Seema and today I am going to explain to you class 10th first flight poem A Tiger in the Zoo written by Leslie Norris. This poem is a contrast of tiger in the zoo with the tiger in its natural habitat. The poem moves from the zoo to the jungle and back again to the zoo. Just you read the poem silently and say which stranger speak about the tiger in the zoo and which one speak about the tiger in the jungle. So let's start. I am going to explain you line by line and will give you poetic devices in the end. He talks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. In this stanza, poet is explaining that this is the tiger which is moving in the cage. He has stripes on his back and he is stalking. He stalks means to walk in a stately manner, means proudly he walks here and there, and vivid means clear, velvet quiet in his quiet reach, and his pads are velvet, and he is moving in a small cage very proudly but with quiet rage, means he has a silent rage, anger he has, and in his anger he is walking very slowly and stalking in his cage. Let's see the second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. So in this second stanza, that just compare up with the tiger which is living in the cage as well as the tiger who is living in natural habitat. So here is the another tiger who is living in the natural habitat, and so he compared that how this tiger who is living in the cage should be. He should be lurking in shadow. What is the meaning of lurking? Lurking means to hide in the shadows of long grass, or he should be lurk himself and should be near the water hole where the plump deer pass. Healthy and just lots of animals are coming for drinking water near that these tigers should be lurking in the long grass shadows. What the other thing this poet is saying in this third stanza, that the cage animal, that tiger, should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. Here you can find some new words like snarling. Snarling means to growl with the bad teeth. That the sound of tiger, he growled with bad teeth. He roam around and just growl loudly in the jungle edge near the village. There is the jungle and the village, where the jungle and village is mixed on a line, that is the jungle edge. That edge means the boundary where the village and the jungle is mixing. So, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. That means baring means uncovered. Fangs are teeth and claws are the horny nails of tiger, and terrorizing means creating fear. So here poet wants that these cage animal, that tiger, should be snarling around the houses, that should be growling around the houses near the villages and at the edges of jungle which is situated near the jungle's edge. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. Poet wants to say in this stanza that he is not doing anything of it, but he just locked in a concrete cell. That cage is made up of concrete cells. Strength means power, and behind the bar means backwards. His strength, powers, just backwards behind this cell. This cell means that the small room, that cage, he was just moving here and there and showing his rage, his anger with stalking the visitors who is coming to visit him. And the last stanza, the poet wants to say, he hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, the stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant star. That means patrolling means to go around an area. Some cars are moving around at the night. They are in uh, going to instruct something, and that cars of police and people of hunters and all. So he at the night he could listen the loud voice at night of patrolling cars and stares with his brilliant eyes. He just look around and look intently who is coming there with his brilliant stars. So this is all about the poem of Leslie Norris. Now I'm going to give you the poetic devices given in this poem. So here children, we will discuss about the rhyming scheme and poetic devices given in this poem. So rhyming scheme is in this poem is A, B, C, B. The stripe, cage, quiet, rage. Here stripes means A, cage is B, quiet is C. It is different from all these three. And again rage, that is cage and rage. Cage is B and rage is B. So A, B, C, B in the first stanza. So the same in all the poem you could find the rhyming scheme is A, B, C, B. Here in second stanza also you can find shadow, grass, whole, pass. A, B, C, B. In third stanza also houses, age, clause, village. A, B, C, B. In the very first stanza you can find the poetic device that is oxymoron. Oxymoron is a poetic device where you find two opposite words together like quiet, rage. Quiet means silent and rage means anger. So when you find in a line two opposite words together, that is called oxymoron. And the another poetic device that is given in the line, that is he. He is a the poet use he for the tiger, and tiger is animal, so he we use for the person, so that is why it is called the personification. So you can find personification in each stanza where the poet compare the tiger with the human being. Okay, then the third poetic device which is given in the poem, that is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is just a device which is a poetic device in which the animal sound is given. Here he should be snarling around houses. Snarling means to growl. Okay, so this is the voice of sound of a tiger snarling. Okay, so this is onomatopoeia. Another device which is given here is assonance. Assonance is the repeatedly consonant sound in a line, that is the s sound is repeatedly come in this lines like should be, snarling, s sound is repeated here. So this is assonance. So the children, this all about the poem Tiger in the Zoo with the poetic devices. And if you have any query and questions, you can ask me in comment section. Thanks for watching.